Hello! It's Mahjong time. I'm playing some Mahjong in Yakuza Kiwami 2 because some people in a gaming community I'm in are struggling with grasping it. I'm not an expert, but I'm good enough at it that I know what I'm doing. So I'm going to slowly head up, give people a chance to come in if they're coming in. Do not worry about these signs. We're just going to play Mahjong. These signs are, let's skip that, that's a story spoiler. Don't worry about these signs. I think we're in chapter 7 in the story. Don't worry about this lady following me either, she's a story spoiler too. Just going up here to the Mahjong parlour. Oh, sorry. We're going to play some Mahjong. Let's sit at the medium table. You up for some Mahjong? We're kinda good, if I do say so myself. Well, prove it. Put your money where your mouth is. 25,000 gen entry fee. That's about £125-ish. On the line. I'm going to play at the medium table. I'm not going to use the peerless tile. That's a cheap tile that would just give me an instant win. Okay. So, these guys are going to whinge at me while I talk to you. But don't worry. Mahjong is a set collecting game. You are dealt 13 tiles, and then each turn you draw a tile. If that tile causes you to have a winning hand, then you win the round. If not, then you pick a tile to discard. The aim is to make a hand comprising of 4 sets and a pair. A set is a group of 3 tiles, whether that's 3 of a kind or a straight. For example, I do not have a straight in my hand, but here's a 5 and a 6. So a 4 or a 7 of the same suit would make that a straight. There are some other slightly more complicated ways to win. I'm just going to get on with playing. I'm going to talk through my thought process and go from there rather than giving deeper explanations on everything because it gets confusing. There's a lot to Mahjong. So, I've drawn a 5. I have 2 dragons, which is really good to have in your starting hand. 2 of the same dragon. Dragons will guarantee you points. So it's not as simple as just getting those 14 tiles. You can get that 14 tile hand of 3 sets and a pair, 4 sets and a pair, and still not actually win because it's not going to score you any points. 3 of a kind of any color of dragon is guaranteed points at the end. We also have winds. Now, winds will variably score you points based on a couple of things. In the middle of the table, you can see east. That's the table wind. And so 3 of a kind of the table wind is worth points. And you can see next to each player a letter, which is their seat wind. 3 of a kind of your seat wind is also worth points. So if it matches, that's worth double points, essentially, if I manage to get 3 of a kind of the east winds. So, I don't necessarily need those. I just kind of evaluate what to discard early on based on whether or not it's making it easier for me to complete sets. So this 2, sitting on its own, it's going to be really hard to make a set out of that. I need either 2 more 2s in the same suit, or a 1 or a 3 in the same suit. It's not really that worth keeping. Hi Rosa! Mahjong! I'm going to discard that 2 for now. This 5 as well that I've literally just drawn doesn't go with anything I have. Obviously, there is a certain amount of random to this in terms of you're drawing tiles blind. So I could discard this 5 now, and then the next 2 tiles I draw could be 5s with the same suit, and well, I'll just have to deal with that. So it's offering me the opportunity to chi. Chi is when you steal a tile that the player to your immediate left has just discarded, and you use it to complete a straight, specifically a straight. I'm not going to do that at this stage. I think it's too early to do that. So when you steal, you reveal the straight that you've stolen, or the straight that you've created from the stolen tile. It's called melding in the game rules. And it reduces your options. It potentially reduces the amount of points you can score if you win the hand. Obviously, you're going to want to do it eventually, because otherwise you're limited to just getting your tiles from the blind draw. But you have more options if you're not stealing tiles early. So I've just drawn this 5, which increases my chances here, because right now a 4 or a 7 would make a straight, another 5 would make a 3 of a kind as well. So I'm going to get rid of that one. It's not really doing anything for me on its own. So I've just drawn a white dragon, which at this stage isn't hugely useful, but it's more useful than these north winds. So you do need a pair at the end, but I'm going to have other options to get pairs, and the north winds, if I get a third one, it's not scoring me points. I've already got a pair there, I could get a second east wind. I'm going to start getting rid of these north winds. Okay. That's good. I've drawn another white dragon. Now you can see there's one in the discard pile, so now there's discard pile on the left. So there's only one white dragon left. So there are 4 of every tile. So that's something you have to keep in mind when you're deciding what to keep and what to discard and what you might be going for. So now it's giving me the option to pawn, which is similar to chi, but pawn you can take from any player, not just the player to your left, and it completes a 3 of a kind. So this would get me that 3rd red dragon, but there's still one more red dragon out there, and it's still quite early in the game. So I'm not going to steal it. If you do steal with a pawn, it resets to your turn, so then you discard a tile, and then it goes back to the player on your right for the next turn. That is a 6 that would complete the 5, 6, 7 there. Again, I feel like it's a little bit too early. I'm quite well set up to try and get a full hand of triplets for all 3 of the kinds, which I've just drawn a third 5 there. So I'm going to get rid of this 6, because that's worth some points. That's worth some extra points if you complete your hand with all 4 of your sets being 3 of a kind. So I might now steal that one. I feel like it's kind of worth it, because I've got that direct goal of trying to get everything being a 3 of a kind. That will put me towards that. So I'm not as worried about doing that. So my hand is now considered revealed. The other players can't see these tiles. But it's referred to as a revealed hand for scoring purposes. Should I get rid? So I'm going to get rid of this 7. And that one. So I could steal that. They've just discarded that, and because they've turned it sideways, we know they're about to declare Ricci. Which means you can only declare Ricci when you have a fully concealed hand, and it means you need 1 tile to win. So I can discard this east, and I then need 1 tile to win, either a white dragon or a 5 of circles, but I can't declare Ricci because my hand is not fully concealed anymore, because I used pawn to claim those 2 tiles, but I'm going to do that. So they're 1 tile away from winning as well. Right. Sonada's discarded a tile that I can use to complete my hand and win the round. So that's what Ron is. I will be stealing that tile from him and winning the round. So now we have the summary. So Han, there's points, which are your thousands of points, and then you've got Han, which I'm just going to, for simplicity's sake, refer to as scoring points. So I got 1 for having the 3 white dragons, 1 for having the 3 red dragons, and another 2 for my entire hand, apart from the pair being 3 of a kinds. I've stolen those points. Converts into some points that I've stolen from Sonada. The reason I'm stealing them from Sonada is because I stole my last tile from him. I bronzed him, which means he has to give me the points that I want. Okay, what do I want to do here? I've drawn a west wind. I have 2 west winds. My seat wind is east and the table wind is east, so that's not that fantastic. It's not going to score me points on its own if I get the 3rd west wind, but it does mean I already have a pair sitting there that I'm happy to just keep as a pair and use to round out my hand when I've got the other 4. So it's worth keeping the west that I've just drawn. So let's have a look at what else I have. 1, 4, 7, 9, 9. So these 9s and the 7 are useful. If I get another 9 or an 8, then I can make another 9. I can make 3 9s, or an 8 I can make the straight from 7 to 9. So that's useful. The 1 and the 4 less so, because Rose, you haven't played Yakuza yet, but you feel like you'll be okay. I mean, this is Mahjong, which I know there are a lot of jokes, and I make them a lot of the time, about Yakuza being a nightlife simulator with some weird mafia side story, and there are people who say it's just a Mahjong game because they've got quite a good it is quite a good well done Mahjong system. But yeah, this is not the whole game. This is not. There are loads of mini games. That's the whole game. I don't know about beating people up and some kind of mafia drama. Okay, so yeah, the 1 and the 4, because there's not a lot to make anything out of the 1. I'd need either 2 more 1s or a 2 and a 3. Similarly, I'd need 2 more 4s or a 3 and a 5 to make anything out of the 1. So I'm less likely to be able to make anything from these, which is what you need to consider when you're discarding things. Similarly here, this 2 and the 5, for similar reasons with that 1 and 4. It's worth keeping here. These 3, because a 2 would make a straight there, a 4 would make a straight there. This 8 is kind of sitting there on its own, not really doing much. I'm going to get rid of this 4. I could have equally gotten rid of a few tiles there. So that 4 makes this 5 slightly more valuable. And the 2, well, not really. So if I keep that 4 and the 5, then I could potentially end up making a 3, 4, 5 or a 4, 5, 6. Whereas the 2 with that 4 would be a 2, 3, 4. But that's not as useful because the 3 would already go with the 3, 4, 5. So I'm actually going to discard that 2. That 6 makes this 7 slightly more worth keeping, because now a 5 or an 8 would allow me to make something with that 7 if I keep that 6. So if you think, now a 5, 6, 7 or a 7, 8, 8, 9 would be worth it, or a 6, 7, 8 to then leave this free to do a 3 of a kind of 9s. Drawing this 3 makes this 3 more valuable, so I'll probably keep that, and I'll probably get rid of this 9, because now there's just an extra option to make something out of this 3. A 2, or a 4, or another 3. There are quite complicated other hands you can make here, which I'm not really going to go into, in a lot of detail at the moment. We'll look at if they come up, but you can always, if you're playing the game, you can go into this hands list, and they're all in there. There's a lot of them, right? So just sort of looking at a simple drawing and discarding and just trying to make more simple things. The more complicated hands are harder to do, and so it's more risky and not that good of an idea unless you are well set up to do them. I'm going to discard this north one. It's not worth much to me. So it's asking me if I want to chi that 8. I'm not going to. I think it's still too early. Hi, Enceladus. Welcome in. I'm starting off with the sort of semi-tutorial Mahjong, but there are a lot of other mini-games where I can just run around beating up bugs on the street. Right, now it's drawn an east wind for me, which if I can get 2 more of them is going to be worth 2 Han, which is quite a decent amount of points for me. It's just whether or not I can get those, other 2 easts. One's already been discarded, you can see on the right there. So there's only 2 left unaccounted for that I can't see in the game. But is there something else that is more worth me getting rid of? Similarly, oh yeah, I can get rid of this green dragon. So there's only 4 of each tile in the game. There's one green. I've got one green dragon. There's one in Maida's discard on the right. One in Sonada's discard on the left. There's only 1 left in the game, so I can't make 3 of a kind of those. I might as well get rid of it. White dragon. So there's still 2 left. You can see 1 in the discard pile on the left. I'm just wondering what... I'm going to get rid of it just because the chances of me being able to get the other 2 are lower. And I kind of have everything else set up to be useful. So ask me if I want to chi. I still feel a bit too early to be chiing. Unless there was something more focused and definite that I was going for that would be helped by that. So I'm going to skip that. Of course, you've given me another north wind right after I've discarded north wind, but I don't really need it that much. There are quite well scoring hands you can do if you can get a set of all the winds, but I don't think that's going to happen for me in this round. I played this briefly in Like Dragon, didn't know what you're doing, and so this will hopefully me sort of talking through my thinking while I'm going through this isn't too garbled and confusing, and might help you get an idea of how it works. So my history with Mahjong is I played it when I was 17. My then girlfriend, her parents were really into it, and they needed a 4th player, so I joined them, and we ended up playing a lot. Okay, do I want to steal this west wind? I don't think I do, because 3 west winds on its own doesn't give me points. I'm happy to keep the 2 west winds I have as the pair that will complete my hand if I can make a hand. And revealing my hand by stealing that west wind is not going to be worth it, because they're not worth points on their own. Okay, another 7 increases the chance over here. I do need to start committing. You kind of have to... Hi, Harry. You have to kind of say at some point, screw it, if the RNG fucks me, if I discard this 5 and then my next draw is a 6, I'm just going to have to deal with that and take that. Which might be what I do here. In fact, I'm going to discard this 6, because if I draw an 8, I can still make a straight here. If I draw a 5, it's not as much of the end of the world. I've not kind of lost as much, so I'm going to get rid of that. So that 4 is good, because it's going to go in here and give me a straight 3, 4, 5. So what do I want to discard to then allow that? I could discard the other 3, but then that screws this 1. But this is, as I was just saying, at some point you just need to say screw it. Oh, I'm not looking enough at their discards. How many east winds are left in the game? There are 4 of each tile. I have 1 east wind. There's 1 east wind in Maida's discard. There are 2 east winds left, so I'm going to get rid of the east wind. So this is a really hard decision because east wind is worth, if I can get 3 east winds, it's worth a lot of points for me. But we're halfway through the round and I still only have the 1. The chance of me getting the other 2 are very low. Now watch my next 2 draws be the other 2 east winds. Good. Good. That didn't happen. That's a 2. That completes this 1, 2, 3 here. So that gives me a set. So what do I need after I keep that? I need either a 9, 8, or 7 here. And then also I could get a 3 or a 6 here. I've got a few options. There's still a couple of tiles that I need. I think we've got time. You're giving me a white dragon. It's the last white dragon in the game. I am going to discard it. That 3 is good. That's me a 3, 4, 5 there. So I'm basically going to have to decide on one of these to say goodbye to, really. Or here. I just completely missed that I need that as well. So it needs a 2 there. Oh, did I discard the 2? Like 2 turns ago. Why did I discard that 2? So I'm an idiot. That's why. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of these 1 and 3 then. Okay, so they've got 1 tile left to win. I'm not going to steal that west wind because it's not worth it. I messed that up. I shouldn't have discarded that 2 a couple of turns ago. I don't know why I did that. I think it was a misclick. I wasn't paying attention. So I could steal that 4. Now what it's doing here is it's just giving that automatic. This is an automatic thing, so I don't need that 4. It's offering to let me steal that 4. I'll explain why I do this, because that 4 would complete the 3, 4, 5 here, but I already have a 4. But the game's still saying you can steal this if you want to and use that. And there might be situations where you want to do that, but it would be very rare. Like if I wanted to keep this 4 or could keep this 4 for something else. But in this case, it was no point in stealing that 4 because it would just replace the 1 I already have. I can get rid of this 1 because it won't go with anything. This is already a 3, 4, 5 here, so the 1 could go there and wait for a 2. But yeah, oh, and by the way, yeah, this peacock is part of the bamboo set. It's the 1 of the bamboo set. It just looks fancy rather than sticks. That 7, again, don't need it because it would go with a 6 in this 5, and this 5 is already part of this set. This is looking like it might end up in a draw. There we go. So what happens in a draw? Right, what happens in a draw is 3,000 points get given out, and they are split between each player who is 1 tile away from winning, which was apparently all 3 of the other players, and it's taken from each player who wasn't. So I'm having 3,000 points taken from me and given 1,000 to each of the others. If everyone or no one was 1 tile away from winning, no points would be redistributed. But I'm still ahead because I won the first hand by quite far, by quite a margin. So I'm still ahead. So we're not that worried. There are some other things that haven't really come up that I've not mentioned. Like you can see the tiles in the middle. There's a green dragon and then 4 other tiles in the middle. So these are tiles that are taken out of the set, so it does make it a bit harder to tile count. But they do also have a purpose for point scoring, which I'll go over when it's more relevant. So it's asking if I want to steal that too. I tend to just not chi or pawn on a first turn. I don't think it's really worth doing unless you have a fantastic hand as your initial hand, and it will give you something. So I've drawn an 8, which it makes the 9 here more valuable, but it just gives me more options to create a set with the 9s. This 1 or 2, this 1 and 2 I want to keep, because a 3 will make a set there. These 2, 3, well, I've got a 3, 4, 5 there. So I could get rid of that. So there are hands if you have all of your sets are 3 of a kind, or if 3 of your sets are 3 of a kind and they've been gained only by drawing tiles, not by stealing tiles. That's all worth points. So 3 of a kinds can be worth trying to keep hold of, but obviously as there are only 4 of each tile in the game, by holding these 2 tiles, I'm reducing my chances, well, not reducing my chances. If I discard them, I'm still have the same chance. But the fact that I'm holding the 2 tiles means that I'm less likely to draw them, because there are only 2 left in the game, and other players might have them and be holding on. So I might get rid of one of these 3s. Actually, this 6 and 8, a 7 would slot in between them nicely. This is already a 3, 4, 5. That 8 actually isn't really doing anything, because I need a 7 and a 9, or a 6 and a 7, or another 2. Yeah, I need. There are too many things that I would need to happen to make anything out of that 8. And of course I've drawn a 6. Of course I have. Okay. I could keep hold of that and have a 4, 5, 6 here, and then could still be able to make something here. But what would I discard? Because I've got potential for, there's potential for everything I'm holding. Okay, so one thing I might try, you can get, it's worth points if your entire hand is made of tiles of values 2 through 8. So if I got rid of this 1 and these 2 9s, and still managed to make a hand, that would be worth something. So I might try that. And that would include not keeping dragons or winds. I'm just going to very quickly check a point of the rules. Welcome in everyone who's joining. Playing Mahjong right now, talking through my reasoning, because there are some people I know who want a little bit of help with Mahjong. I'm not an expert, I'm not a teacher, but maybe I'm not crap at it. You know, I'm good enough to get the completion list options in this game that require you to play Mahjong. Right, so that dream, what I was just checking was the sequence for dragons. Although you can't make a set of dragons, like one of each colour dragon isn't anything. I'm going to explain the middle tiles now. That's the Dora, and so with that green dragon being there, every white dragon tile, if you win the round, every red dragon tile, sorry, with the green dragon being there, in your hand is worth a point. And that's what those middle tiles do. So if that middle tile was an 8 of this suit is called characters, then each 9 of this suit would be worth something. So the next tile in sequence and suit becomes worth points per tile if the tile is face up in the middle. I'm going to discard the white dragon because it kind of messes up what I was talking about going for, trying to get the everything being a 2 through 8. So I will keep that 2 and get rid of this 9. Because that 2 is going to go with the 3 I have there. It's asking me if I want to pawn that 3, which I'm not going to, because although it will give me that 3, it's going to break the 3, 4, 5. So I've still got the 4, 5, 6 straight, actually. Maybe I will. Yeah, I'll steal that. And I'll get rid of this 2. And so it reset the turn. Because I stole from the player across from me, it then reset the turn order to the player to my right. I'm not going to steal that, so it's asking me if I want to steal that, which would just go here. where I already have a 4 in this 4, 5, 6. I'm going to get rid of that 5. And now I'm worrying that... So there are some tiles that only work... hands that only work if your hand is fully concealed. And now I'm worrying that the one that I'm going for might have needed to be fully concealed, so I might have messed it up by stealing, but we'll find out. It's not that... This is a simpler kind of hand to go for, right? It's just everything being 2 through 8. Okay. Someone else won. They've won by drawing a tile. So you can see what they did. They declared a Ricci, which is... It's a bet, which I should have mentioned earlier. If you have a fully concealed hand and you need 1 tile to win, you can declare Ricci, but that means every tile you draw, if it's not the tile you need to win, you have to discard that. You're not allowed to change what you already have in your hand, but it's worth points if you win. Fully concealed hands worth points. Dora, because they didn't have the red dragon, but because they declared Ricci, even though we don't see it flipped over there, if we were playing this physically, we would flip over the second face down tile there as well, and that's why they're then getting points for having that 8, because that second face down tile must be a 7 of bamboo. In terms of how they're getting the thousands of points there and how they're stealing them from other players, so when you win by sumo, that means you've won by drawing, by blind draw of a tile on your turn. So you steal the points from everyone else, and you steal more points from the player who was the dealer, the player who went first this round, which is why Maeda is losing more points than myself and Nakamoto. And I'm still ahead. Right, so I won 1 round. Haven't won 2. I'm still ahead. This is the last round. There are 4 rounds. A full Mahjong game is 16 rounds, but the options in the Yakuza games, I think, are only 4 rounds or 8 rounds. So, what do I have? I have a pair of 5s there. This 6 is potentially useful. I can get a 7 to complete this 7, 8, 9, but if I can't get a third 5, then a 4 here will make it straight with 4, 5, 6. A 4 here would be nice. This 9 is kind of sitting there on its own. But then this one that I've just drawn also isn't worth anything to me. Both of these wins, because the table wind in the middle you can see is east. My seat is west. So if I can get 3 of a kind of either of these, that's worth points for me. And obviously 3 of a kind of dragon is worth points regardless. So I can, at the moment, then this 6 and 7, of course, that can make a sequence if I get a 5 or an 8. So this 9 and the one that I've just drawn, kind of superfluous right now. So I'm going to get rid of that one. And again, this 2 I've just drawn, it doesn't really, there's too much of a gap between it and the other things I have. So I'm going to discard that. There we go, that 4 is giving me the 3, 4, 5 here, and I'll discard this 9. Do I want to steal this early? It's too early for me, and it's too inconsequential, potentially. So I'm not going to steal that. This 4 doesn't really help, because it would need a 5 to go with this 6, but this 6 and 7 would already use a 5. So the 4 isn't worth me covering. So do I want to steal that 5? No. The reason I don't want to steal that 5 is because it would just go in the place of this 5 I already have. We have a 5 there, 5, 6, 7. So that's good. What do I want to get rid of? I'm going to have to get rid of something. Maybe the white dragon. There's already one in the discards. So it would be one of these 3. And so I'm going to do the white... Ah, there's the west wind in the discards as well. I'll do the dragon. So this 5 I don't need. doesn't help me. I've already got 3, 4, 5 there. I'm not going for anything specific. Yeah, you should give Yakuza a try, Rosa. It's good fun. It's just good, silly fun, even without the mini games. The story's quite wild. The combat isn't that challenging, but it's not super easy. It's not like just breezing through, especially when you come to the story fights. Anyway, especially the bosses, they can be challenging, but the street fights when you're walking around and people just jump you, they can be just very silly, overpowered fun to kick the crap out of random bugs on the street who are usually horrible people. So this 7 is useless, and I can do a bit of that later. I don't have to do Mahjong for the whole stream. I won't do the story because I'm about halfway through the story, so I'll try and avoid spoilers. That's great. I've got that west wind there, so I want to keep that. Might be worth... Wait, hold on. There's one west wind left. There's one in the discard pile directly across from me, and I have 2. What do I get rid of? So I'm keeping this 5, 6, 7, this 3, 4, 5. This is taking a while to become anything. The 2 7s are in the discards of this set, so that might not be worth holding out for. I'm going to get rid of this 8 and 9. Get rid of the 8 first, because if I do happen to draw a 7, I can still make a 6, 7, 8. Give me a second east wind as well. Don't tease me, game. Okay. I will get rid of that 8. Okay. Okay. Never mind. They won that round, but I think I've still won the game overall. So they're getting 3,600. Now the reason they're getting more than they're stealing, as you can see, Nakamoto's only losing 2,600, because when you declare Ricci, you bet 1,000 points on it, and so you get those back if you win. So I think I've still won the game over. Oh, there was another round. I apologise. I thought we were already on round 4. Okay, that's fine. We can play another round. I'm still quite far ahead. Famous last words. This will have to go really badly for me to lose the actual game, and I've only won 1 round. But because I won that round by quite a bit compared to how much these guys have been winning, and the fact that they've just basically been passing their points back and forth between each other because they've been winning by running each other, which isn't as rude as it potentially sounds. Right. 5, 6, 9. So that 9 is kind of sticking out on its own there. I would need a 7 and an 8 to make a straight of it, whereas the 7 would go with this 5 and 6 anyway if I had that. This 2 and 8, there's too much of a gap, in the 5 that I've just drawn as well. There's too much of a big gap between them. This 2 and 3, I might as well keep hold of. 6, 7, 9 there, again, might as well keep hold of. And it's given me my scoring wins. It's given me the table win and my seat win, so I might as well keep hold of those. So it's really these bamboo, all 3 of these bamboo tiles that I have kind of sticking out and not going to be effective. I'll get rid of the one that I just drawn. White dragon, I'll keep hold of that for now. The reason that dragons score points is because it's literally the only way to make a set of them is by having 3 of the 4 of that colour that exist, which is why they score by default on their own. So I'll just clear out these bamboos. That west wind isn't going to do anything for me. You don't, again, and again, there is no sequence of winds, although there is if they appear in the middle, face up in the middle. So if there was an east wind face up in the middle, then each south wind tile would be worth points. But you can't make a sequence of east, south, west, for example. That west wind can go. Do I want to steal that 4? I think it's a bit too early to steal. I think sometimes I'm a bit too reluctant to steal. The most likely time I'm going to steal tiles is if I'm set up to get loads of 3 of a kinds and everyone's discarding the ones that I need for it. That too does help here. It just makes the options, just increases the options here for completing a tile set. So we'll get rid of that 8 because it's been sitting there the whole time. This 3 does not make the 5 more valuable because the straight I could make of 3, 4, 5, or that 4 could be used with the 5 and the 6 already, so I'm going to discard that 3. Do I want to steal that? No. Good choice. Very good choice. Just drew one anyway. So I have the 1, 2, 3 here. So I might as well. There's no use in me holding out for this to be 3 of a kind because I'm just not. The way you get points for 3 of a kinds is if you have all 4 of your sets are 3 of a kinds, or if you have 3 of a kinds that are concealed. I'm not really set up to be getting. I mean, I'm hoping for it with these, but I'm not really set up to be getting that. In fact, actually, I'm not going to get the east wind, so I'll probably discard that in a second. Or if you have matching sets, so if I had 3 2s in this set, which is called circles, 3 2s in this suit, which is called characters, and then 3 2s in the bamboo suit, that's worth points. So the duplication is worth points. Collecting sets of sets is worth something. Yeah, so I'm actually not going to be able to get 3 east winds because you can see there's 1 in the discard pile across from me, 1 in the discard pile to my left, 1 in my hands. So there's only 1 left in the game, so I might as well get rid of that. I could have kept hold of it and hoped for. In fact, I'm completely blind because that 4th east wind was discarded on turn 1 on the right. So yeah, I was holding on to that east wind far too long. Do I want to steal that? I still think it's too early for me to just start stealing without a decent scoring hand, but stealing would help it, so I'm going to leave it. I don't need a west wind. That 1 is a very, very, very slim chance that I could also draw a second 3 of this suit of 3 of circles. And so having the exact same straight in the same suit twice is worth points. So I might hold on to that. And I think I've been talking this whole round about wanting to get rid of that 9, so I'm going to get rid of that 9. That 4 helps, gives me a 4, 5, 6 there. 6, 7, 9. This 9 isn't really doing anything with that 6 and 7. That 6 isn't doing anything. And that 3 isn't going to do anything because I've already got the 4, 5, 6 there. Yeah, they are heretic. These are very big games. If you want to do everything, actually the stories, if you just focus in on just playing the story missions, they're actually surprisingly short, although the actual story bits and cutscenes and dialogue bits can be quite lengthy. But yeah, if you want to actually get the most out of the game and have the most fun with it, they're very long. I platted Yakuza Kiwami 1, and I think it's well over 100 hours. So do I want to steal that 8? We're getting a bit more towards the end of the game, and I do want to start. No one has breached or anything, but I do want to start thinking about actually trying to complete my hand. So feeling that 8 might be worth it. There's only 1 of those left in the game. The chance of me drawing it is slim, and I can only steal to complete straight from the player to my left. So I'm actually going to do it. What do I discard though? Green Dragon. Yeah, it doesn't feel like it's that long. Because it is a fun game. I don't think there was any point of it where I was like, oh, I'm bored. I don't want to do this bit at all. I mean, to get the completion list, there's a couple of gambling, grinding bits, but they don't take long at all, which is why it's not as bad. So, what am I least likely to draw here? There's already two white dragons in the discard, so we'll just get rid of the white dragon. I don't need that 5, that's not going to help me. That 8's not going to help me. That 1, it's not going to go with anything. No, it's just giving me stuff that there's only 2. This might end up in a draw. Northwind's not doing anything. Oh no, fuck you. So yeah, I discarded the card. Hopefully they're not getting enough points that this is going to change the outcome of the game. 8,000. I think that, yeah, that's brought them up into first place and me down into second place. Okay. So then what happens is, that's the breakdown of points. Now it was a 2,500 buy-in, and we started with 2,500 points each. So I'm up. So I'm up from where I started, and then more get distributed, which you can talk to know how that happens. So the player in first place gets given some more points. Second place gets given some more points, and third and fourth. I think third just stays. I wasn't paying enough attention there. And fourth gets some taken away. But you can speak to this will be different depending on which game you're playing, who you need to speak to. Don't worry about the lady following me. She's not part of the story. Just ignore her. Don't look. It's not a massive spoiler. She's not a massive spoiler. So there we go. Ask about point bonuses. Here's the point bonuses our parlour offers. So because we were playing at the medium table, the person in first place got given an extra 20,000 points for winning. Second place got given an extra 10,000 points for winning, and they're technically taken from the players in those points technically taken from the players in third and fourth points. So the parlour doesn't have to pay any money, it's all taken out of the money that we front. I'm going to play... Oh, I'm very sorry. Do you want to maybe move out of the way? I don't know. There aren't trophies, I don't think, but there are completion lists in the mini games. This just means entertain yourself just means do any side activity. Obviously, I've been doing a lot of side activities. They're in the completion list. Side activities. There you go. Win all Mahjong. Oh, I haven't actually placed first at that medium table yet. Yeah, they're not trophies, but there is a trophy for completing the completion list. So you do need to, so that's winning a round. Not a whole game, but just a one round when you declare Ron or Sumo. And then just win once. It's in Yakuza Kiwami 1. There was more than this for Mahjong. You had to score certain high amounts of points. You had to get a Ricci, which isn't that bad, but you also have to get a Ricci Apatsu. A Ricci Apatsu means that you declare Ricci, and then the very next tile you draw wins. So it's very, very luck based. So the fact that was in there for something that you have to do to complete, I guess they decided wasn't that fair of them to do because they'd taken it out. Unless some things do appear later in here, like after you've completed them. So maybe when I've completed this one, it will go, oh, actually now you have to do this. But it doesn't look like it. So yeah, that's the only thing. That's the only reason you have to do them. They're not specific trophies, but you do need to do it to get that trophy for completing the completion list. Right, I'm gonna do one more Mahjong, and then maybe I'll ask chat if we want to see more Mahjong or go out on the town, go and do some other things. There's darts, there's golf, there's baseball. There's karaoke, but there's no back in the tie in this one, unfortunately. Actually, I'll tell you what I'll do. This is a cheat, and it's going to get me a win at this. Actually, no, I won't do it here. I won't do it here. I'll do this at the hard table in the other town. So I'll play normally here. Right, how are we doing? How is everyone in the chat, by the way? Has everyone been having a good week so far? Are you excited for it being almost Friday if you're in a job where that matters to you? I'm going to discard that too, because it's just sitting there on its own. 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Ooh. 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. So a scoring hand is if you have a full straight of a suit. And all I need for that, if I keep that 2, is the 1 and the 5. So I'm going to try that. That's tricky, but I'm going to try it. So that would count as 3 of my sets, so then I'll just need 1 more set and a pair. The only reason I'm trying it is because I literally only need two tiles to do it. Move that 6. Pretty standard week in Cerdis, good. At least it's, you know, that's better than a horrible week. I didn't take that 6 because I've already got the 6 there. And there is a kind of thing with this. If you get them by stealing, you have to do it right. So if I stole a 5 from Nakamoto and used it to complete the 5, 6, 7, I'd screw myself. Because then I can't get, it's got to be the straights 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Otherwise you can't physically get it. So if I stole a 5, it would have to be to go here for the 5, 4, 5, 6. Harry's a little addicted to Balatro. Well, considering they have given it out with PS Plus, it's not surprising that more people are going to be getting hooked on it. I'm going to discard this Northwind because it's not really worth much to me. Ooh, that's nice, having the second green dragon. There's only 1 red dragon left, so I have 1, and there's 1 in the discard on the right, 1 in the discard on the left, so I might get rid of that. But actually, I'm going to get rid of this Southwind, because that is worth less to me. Like, I can't make 3 of a kind of the red dragons, but... Right, I don't want to cheat that, so I already have it. This 9 isn't going to be useful. If I use these for my my other 3 of a kind, then the 9 would be superfluous, because it would need the 8, and I would already get a 6, 7, 8 with that, so I can get rid of that. And there's the 8, so I'll get rid of this 7. Is that going to let me... No, I'm too far off the... But what do I still need? I still need the 1 and the 5. Here, yeah. So it's whether or not I get that, and it's a big risk going for something so specific. It's kind of like if you're playing poker and you're hoping for that 1 card for a straight again, like for a straight. Similar concept. That 5 wouldn't help me. Oh, yes, yeah, oh nice. 22 followers. Oh, thank you for the follow, Harry. Yeah, I got up to 21 during the Fall Guys stream, I think it was. I can't remember if it was during Fall Guys or during the We Were Here before it. So I don't need that 5, because that 5 would make a 5, 6, 7 here, but I already have the 6, 7, 8. Discard that 7. Again, it's asking me if I want to steal that 7, which would go here where there's already a 7. I don't need this 9. I literally, come on game, I just want a 1 and a 5 of bamboo, please. Can you just give me that? I suppose it might be worth trying to think about doing something else instead, but I'm not sure how salvageable this is now after I've focused so much on that. The good thing about going for these straights, for a full straight, is that, you know, you're not going for anything that special. Like I've already got a 3, 7, 8, 9 here. You know. Instead, it's not long until I found no pressure. No pressure. Thank you though. Thank you for the hype. That's really good. Hopefully that happens. Don't need that 7. Do I want to steal that green dragon? I kind of do and don't. The reason that I don't is because I was planning on using the dragons as my pair. If I steal that, I would have to get rid of probably the 6, 7. I'd have to get rid of the 6, 7, 8. The red dragon could still be a pair. Yeah, it could still be a pair. It's extra points as well, but I now don't know how likely I am to complete. You know what? I just can't use this. It's 6, 7, 8. If I still want to go for this straight, so I need to decide if I still want to go for this straight. With there are 16 tiles left. We each draw 1 if no one steals, so that's 4 rounds left. So I've got 4 chances to get tiles that I need to make a hand. And if Nakamoto on my left discards the tiles I need, then I'll get those. That's the... That's the issue. So what can I do if I decide to discard, to give up going for this? So I need the 1 and the 5. I've got a 2, 3, 4. 6, 7, 8. Oh, I could give up on it and hope for the 9 or the dragon and get a winning hand for the round. So what I will do... Oh, there's only 1 of each of those left. So I'll hedge my bets and think that I could potentially still get this, and I'll get rid of the dragon. And if the 9 comes up, I don't need to cheat that. This is looking like it's probably going to end in a draw for this round, though. I don't need that. It's annoying. Tsunade just discarded that 1 of bamboo, but I can't steal it from them because you can only steal for a straight from the player to your left. And I didn't need to steal that 7 because I have it. This is looking like it's going to end in a draw. Oh. Now here's a thing that the game doesn't really tell you. So I've drawn the 4th green dragon there, right? Now if I go and look at the 4s, you can see square toggle command display, depending on what, I guess if you're playing on an Xbox, that would be X. Playing with mouse and keyboard on a PC, I'm not sure it would be. Oh, why is it not letting me do it? It's not letting me do it. It should be letting me do it. So because I've already got the 3, I should be able to add that green dragon to that 3 to make something called a can. I'm not sure why it's letting me do it. But what that would do is it would turn over the second tile in the middle, which could be useful for scoring points. But, oh, right, it's not letting me do it because there are no tiles left and there's going to be no value to it because no one's going to win. So the game's automatic, the game's drawn, no one's won. That's why it's not letting me do it, so I might as well just discard it. Oh, I was too far away from... Oh no, of course, I was the 1 tile away from winning. I just needed that 9 of bamboo, and it would give me a winning hand. Not the hand I was going for, but a winning hand. So, I did alright. But the risk of going for something that specific is what it is. Right, it's given me straight away the 2 east winds. East is the table wind, east is my seat wind. If I can get a third one, that's worth 2 Han, which then translates to a lot of points. That 7 that I've just drawn could potentially go with either of these, and then a 6 or an 8. What's the least valuable? These are the least valuable of what I'm holding at the moment, because they're just there's too many tiles that I would need to draw to be able to make anything out of them. I'll get rid of the 4. So that 4 is good because it goes in here to make 3, 4, 5. I'll still get rid of that 9. Okay, I'll keep that 6 to make 4, 5, 6 here, because that still leaves this open for a potential straight, and we can get rid of that west wind. And I can get rid of that 6 because I don't have anything else in that suit. I'm not going to steal that. So that would complete that 3 of a kind of 3s. But there's still one more 3 out there. There's still one more 3 of that suit out there. So I'm going to leave that. Am I going to just accidentally now get a straight? Get a full straight? Give me a 7. I might keep it. What else could I potentially get rid of? So the white dragon being in the middle, I think, means the green dragon is worth more points. Find it quickly. Sorry, just double check. I did have this written down somewhere, but I was an idiot and left my bag on the train yesterday. Didn't have anything particularly important in it, but it had my A4 pad of paper that I use for making notes of things. Where is the thing about the sequence of the dragons there? Oh no, green dragon makes... Yeah, white dragon makes the green dragon worth points. So the white dragon being in the middle means that green dragon is worth more. You would do that, wouldn't you? You would give me another white dragon right after I discard the one. There's only one left, because the one in the middle is taken out of the pool. So I might as well get rid of that. That 8 works for a 7, 8, 9 here. I'll get rid of that. No, I'm going to get rid of that one. I could steal... Oh, is that the last east wind? Is it the last one? If it's the last one, I'm stealing it. It's not the last one. So I'll risk waiting. I don't need to G that, because I don't need to make a 4, 5, 6 here. I already have a 4, 5, 6 here, although I've just drawn another 4. Leave. Then I'll have 3, 4, 5 twice, which is worth something. 7, 8, 9. Do I stop holding out for the third 5? I think that might be what I'll do. Watch me draw it. No, good. We have that 9 I don't need, because that would just complete the 7, 8, 9, which is already completed. I'll get rid of the 7 because I don't have any other of that. Oh, no. No. Grow up. What are you doing? Okay. So no points hand means that basically he was making sets of everything being numbered between 2 and 5, 2 and 8, and he won by drawing the end cap for one of them. So that completed. So that completed a 2, 3, 4 for him there. and that's what makes it no points hand. It's difficult to describe without being able to physically pick up the tiles and show you. And he did it by sumo, so he's just taking the points from all of us, and I was player 1 for that round, so he's taking more points from me. It's fine, still early. This is the thing, like, I understand how to play it, but, you know, even if you got the 4 best Mahjong players, obviously I'm far off being one of those, but the 4 best Mahjong players in the world, you sit them at a table and have them play a game together, 3 of them are going to lose, right? So you can know what you're doing and still lose, but hopefully understanding it better will make it more likely that you'll be able to get the points that you need for those completion lists if you're interested in doing that. Or just make it more likely that you're just able to enjoy it when you play it, understanding the game, knowing what you're doing with it. I'm not stealing on the first round. What do I have? So a 2 would go in there. It could also go with the 3 and the 4, but then a 5 would go in there. So this 9 is kind of sitting on its own. This 2 and 7 are sitting on their own. 6, 7, 8 already have. So it's these 3 tiles are the ones that I can sort of most safely get rid of. Do the 9. Okay. So I'll get rid of the 7 there. And now that 2 and 4 could come together with a 3. There it is. Wow. Look at that. Almost like they were just waiting in line. Right, so 1, 3, 4, 6. I still kind of want to keep hold of those for the moment. I want to keep hold of everything right now. I have to make a difficult decision and get rid of something. It's going to have to be one of the dragons. I know they're worth points, but the chances of getting them. So let's get rid of the white dragon. And that 7 doesn't really go with anything, so we'll get rid of that. Okay, so it's giving me the option. I could either chi that to complete the 7, 8, 9, but I don't need to because I've got the 6, 7, 8. So it's giving me the option to also pawn it to steal it to complete the 3 9s. It's still too early for me, and maybe that's something I do wrong, and an expert in the game would be like, yeah, just steal it. But I feel it's too early because it just allows your hand to be more versatile, and although I haven't reached in any of the hands that we've played yet, as well, you need your hand to be completely concealed to be able to reach it, which is, it's just worth points. It's worth more points, and it's fun to do as well. So it gets dramatic. It gets so overly dramatic for what Mahjong is. I don't really need that 8. It's not, well, is it worth more keeping that than anything else? I don't think so. It could have done something, but at that point I was just picking something to get rid of, and now that I got rid of that 8, I might as well get rid of this 9. West Wind is not really worth anything to me. I'll get rid of the 3. At this stage I'm kind of choosing what everything is kind of useful, so I'm choosing what useful thing to get rid of and hoping that it's the right decision. Do I chi now? No, I don't, because that would just be a 5, 6, 7 here when this is already a 6, 7, 8. It's already a completed set. That 2 will not go with anything. The 2 in the middle doesn't make that 2 worth points. It makes 3s of that set worth points, of that suit worth points, but you would also need to be able to complete a winning hand as well for that to score you anything anyway. 2, perfect, completed 1, 2, 3 here. 2, 3, 4. Oh. No, because I'm not going to get a 2. So if you get the same straight in all 3 suits, so I have a 2, 3, 4 there. If I keep that 2 and discard the 1, I have a 2, 3, 4 here. If I then got hold of a 2, 3, 4 in the circle suit, that would be worth some points if I won the round, but it's a bit late in the game to do that. and I don't fancy my chances of being able to. So I'll keep that for the 1, 2, 3. But I need to decide what to get rid of. How many dragons are in the discards? 2. So there's only 1 red dragon left. So the other 2 are in Maid's discards. So I'll discard that. That 5 is not worth stealing because it would just make a 3, 4, 5 here where I already have a 2, 3, 4. That 5 again, not really that worth keeping. It's just going to go there when I already have a 6, 7, 8. Okay, so I'm going to keep the 7 and get rid of 4. And that was the wrong decision. Because they needed that to work. Okay, they didn't get a lot of points, so they don't steal a lot from me. In fact, I'm still ahead of their... No, I'm not. It has put me into last place, but it's still very close. I'm not going to steal. Right, 2. That 2 is probably the most sort of hanging out off on its own that I don't want to keep. 5, 5, 7. The 8 would make that 7 worth more. I've got a 5, 6, 7 there, or a 6, 7, 8 there. So I could safely get rid of that 5 or that 8. Relatively, I could get rid of the north wind. Because east and west winds are the scoring points. I'm going to do the north wind. Okay. That gives me a 7, 8, 9 here, so I'll keep that. And I'll get rid of this 5. I've got 6, 7, 8 there. Don't need to chi that. Yeah, I've got the east wind, 1 east wind. I would still need 2 more. So these 3 are kind of equal in value for me. And 1 of each of these has already been discarded, so I'm going to get rid of that. Do I want to pawn that 5? It's too early for me to do so, and I'm not going for a specifically 3 of a kind hand. Do I want to take that 9? No. That 3 doesn't go with anything, so I'll get rid of it. I can get rid of this 2, actually, and that 7 makes that a bit more valuable. Because now a 6 would make a 5, 6, 7 straight, or another 7 would make 3 of a kind of 7s. That 1 doesn't go with anything. That 4 then gives that 5 more versatility, but do I need that? I'm going to say no. If I keep that, I've got to get rid of something else that's equally versatile, really. And that was a good decision, potentially, because now that set me up to be able to get 3 5s there. What do I get rid of? I'm probably going to drop the red dragon. It would be nice, but it's just... Oh, and you're already 1 tile away from winning anyway. That 6 doesn't really do anything. I mean, it does, kind of, because it could mean if I get another 7 or the 4, then I can make a straight here, which is slightly more likely than drawing a third 5, but I'm just going to discard that. Okay, so all the other east winds are actually in discard piles now. It's 1 directly across from me and 2 to my left, so there's no point in keeping hold of that. What can I do here? What do I need? I'm a little too far off of really making anything, aren't I? Still need something there. Still need something there. I've got I've only got 2 sets, and we're about halfway through the round. So I just need to settle on something to get rid of. Now there is, but the chance of me pulling it off now, there's a special scoring hand that is just having 7 pairs instead of sets of 3, which I could get sort of. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, but it's such a risk to do, so difficult to pull off. I'm gonna try it, but because if it looks like it's not going to happen, at least then you're set up to be getting 3 of a kinds. So I will try it, but trying that does mean now getting rid of the sets that I already have. So let's get rid of that. So I've still got 5, 6, 7 as a set. Or do I immediately after saying that's what I'm going to try, say actually I'm just going to try and get a whole bunch of 3 of a kinds, because he's just discarded that 7, which can give me a 3 of a kind of 7s, and it's the last 7 of that suit. Let's do that. Let's just try and pawn everything. Or on the immediate next turn, someone else wins. Fine. Not by a lot. Taking a tiny bit off of everyone, but I'm quite firmly in last place now. I need to have a really good win. I need to really just go for a big scoring hand, which is less likely to come off. Right, I've drawn a 6, which can go there and make a set of 4, 5, 6. We'll get rid of that 8. I don't need to steal that 7, because it would just go here when I've just made the 4, 5, 6 with it. That's a 6, which it's not that useful, but it's more useful than that 1 is. That 5 I will get rid of. And that 9 again, it will just be sitting out there on its own, waiting for either another 2 9s or a 7 and an 8 of the same suit, which isn't really worth it. That helps here, it makes it more likely to get something here. So then a 7 or another 9 of that suit would create a straight. This south is not going to score me any points on its own. Really? Already? Wow. Fine. Not loads of points, but wow. Okay. And that's where it can be luck to draw. There is some strategy to it, but you are blind drawing tiles every round. So it does have that to it. The 8 that I've just drawn is more valuable than the 1 I started with, because it could potentially have a 7 slot in between it and this 6. I'm not going to steal. I think that might be something that I'm doing wrong with playing, but it, you know, maybe I want to be stealing more. Not in real life. Don't steal, kids. What do I get rid of? The north itself isn't actually worth anything if I get the 3 of a kind, not on its own. Nor is the west here. And someone's already discarded a west. Okay, and the other 2 south. So I'm not going to get 3 of a kind of south, because there's only 1 left. So I might as well get rid of that. And there's the 1 that's left. That 6 gives me more of a chance over here to create a set. Particularly the 3 of a kind there. 2 people there. I've got 3, 4, 7, 9. I've got a lot of sort of almosts, right? This north wind isn't really going to do anything for me. That 7 will be sticking out on its own over here. It's not really going to do anything useful. It's a bit too early for me to be stealing. Still. Okay, another dragon. There are points for getting if you can get 3 of a kind of all 3 colours of dragon. Obviously that's quite difficult to do. Is there anything over here that I could reasonably get rid of? 2, 3, 4, 6, 6, 8. I think it's too much of a risk to hope that I'm going to be able to do that. So I can right now get rid of either the green or the white. I'll get rid of the green because it's the one that I've just drawn. That 6 makes this more viable. Although it doesn't. Because it would need a 5 or an 8. That 6 to make a straight would need a 5 or an 8, and the 5 would already be used here, and the 8 would already be used here. So I'll get rid of the 6. That 1 would just be sticking out on its own too far away from anything to be any useful. That 8 goes nicely in there to make a sequence. So I will probably get rid of, I'll get rid of the white dragon, because you can see there's 1 in the discard pile directly across from me, 1 in the discard pile to the left, so there's only 1 remaining, so I might as well get rid of it. And there's the 1 that was remaining, so I wasn't going to get it anyway. That 9 would be sticking out on its own over here, so I'll discard it. If I chi that 3, it's just going to take the place of the 3 I already have. That 7's nice, it creates a set straight there, and I can reach you. So this is another thing, again, the game does not prompt you for it. You have to be paying enough attention and know that you can press square or whatever the corresponding button is to bring up the option to reach you. Then once you've brought that option up, the game actually becomes helpful. It tells you which tiles you can discard. So reaching means I'll discard a tile, and discarding that tile means that I just need to draw 1 more tile to be able to win. And what the game is now telling me is what tiles I can draw to win, which tiles I would need to discard, so it has to be one of these 6s for the Ricci to work. And on the left it's telling me that there is 1, 2 of circles, and there are 4, 5s of circles left, and either of those tiles would be what I need to win. So let's watch it get really dramatic when I declare Ricci. This is fantastic for Mahjong to get this dramatic. And now it's just going to run on automatic until I draw 1 of those. And there we go. So I can now steal that tile that I need from them. So dramatic. That's one of the things that I love about this game series. I only started playing Yakuza this year. And just how fantastically dramatic and over the top it is with absolutely everything is one of the things that I like kind of fell in love with it. So that's now actually jumped me into first place. I'm going to have 2,800. Sorry, 28,000. And was that the last round? Yes, it was the last round, so that's a last round victory. At least I won. At least I'm like, hey guys, I know how to play Mahjong. Come and watch me play Mahjong. And then I just keep losing. That would be horrible. Thank you very much for the claps and the cheers, Enceladus. And Andy, hello Andy, welcome in. And that's just giving me a load. So the good thing at the medium table is you know that translates directly to how much money you get. Hi James, thank you very much. So you know that's how much money you get. So at the medium table, it's 2,500 buy-in, and you get and you start with 2,500 points. So I know that I'm now leaving with 25,000 buy-in, and you get 25,000 points. So now I know I'm leaving with 63,400 points, which is that much more, nearly 40,000, more than 40,000, sorry. I can do maths, more than I sat down at the table with. What I'm going to do is take a little trip in a taxi. We'll go out, and I'll probably end up in a fight outside for a little bit of action and drama. And probably do horrendously at the fighting. I'm playing on hard, which isn't that hard in terms of the street fights, the random street fights. I'm sorry, I'm not walking into you on purpose, it's just where the game is spawning me. Right, keep walking into it. Right, there's a taxi just at the end here. What I'm going to do is oh, here we go, here's a fight. And this is cool, she's going to join us in the fight. And we can do a great move, because I have my heat meter through, we can do a nice brutal double kick to the head, and he's still getting back up. Stay down, fool. Actually, can I pick that up? I can pick up a bike, there we go. Let's just beat everyone up with a bicycle. Yep, this is the fun mafia brawling side activity in the Mahjong game. Hi, Man. You just missed me winning Mahjong. I'm just going to another Mahjong parlour, and the reason will become clear when I get there. Rosa, can we give a shout out to Man, please? I think everyone in chat knows who Man is right now, but do it anyway. We'll do it anyway, just in case. So I'm going to take a taxi to Sotenbori. So this is the other town. There are two towns in this game. And the reason I'm coming to Sotenbori... Yeah, I don't know. Who's Man? Who's Man? There's another Mahjong parlour over here. This is 2006, when Rosa was 1 year old. So, oh, let's have another fight. Do I have any weapons? Weapons have like really low durability. I've got a golf club. But first, we're going to open with the double kick to the head on this scrub. He's down. Then we're going to get the golf club out. 4! And then we're going to pick up his baseball bat and put it away for later, because we can steal their weapons, which is great if we have space in our inventory for them. This is our friend. We helped him earlier, and I think that means that if we're near him during a fight, we get a special action that we can do. But I think we had to be closer to him than we were just then. So I need to go all the way over here, over this bridge, and it's there. Okay. And let's have another fight. Like, everyone on the street just wants to fight. That's how you know this is 2006. Right, this time I'm going to beat your mates up with your bat. What were they? Are they just angry because they went into the golf centre with a baseball bat and, like, couldn't play golf like that? Is that what the problem was? They didn't know that you can't use a baseball bat to play golf. No, I'm not chasing you. Don't worry, I'm just running to save time. The thing is as well, the physics in this. So all these can be picked up during a battle, or I can just, like, you know, be an absolute dick and knock everyone's bikes over. Here we we go. Like, everyone wants to fight. I think this musician can give me a bonus as well because I helped him out earlier in a side mission. Maybe not. I'm not sure how to activate that. I'm pretty sure it's a heat action. Oh, I might have to spend skill points on unlocking it. You can also grab people and swing them around and chuck them at their mates. Should probably take some healing items. See, the combat's kind of forgiving in terms of the street battles, but if I was playing like that during a boss battle or a big main story fight, I would regret it. I would have probably lost. So let's just take some healing items. Do I have any coin locks? There are random hidden coin locker keys. Yes, I do. So the highlighted yellow ones are the ones that I found. Let's give me stuff. Pliers, I think, is a weapon. And the baseball, I think I can use as a weapon as well. So they're hidden around the... Is this the Mahjong parlor? I think it's this one. Yes. The reason I'm doing what I'm about to do in here is I'll get more money for it. Right. If I go and sit at the hard table... Yes, you could interest me in a round of Mahjong. Oh, quite advanced, are you? Well, I'll give you my 50,000. And this weird magical tile, I'm just gonna... there's not going to be story spoilers, man. It's an incredibly... That lady who's walking around with me, very, very incredibly minor spoiler that only applies to, like, chapter 1 of this specific game. Is it breaking a bit? Is the Roger, is the stream coming through okay? Yeah, the James, they used their own engine for this one, not for Zero and Yakuza Kiwami 1, but they used their own Dragon engine for this, and then did they use it for the man who erased his name? They used it for the Ichiban games, the Like a Dragon game, the ones that are called Like a Dragon over here, even though they've been called Like a Dragon in Japan the whole time. So I'm going to use the Peerless tile. This is a cheat tile that is basically, if you know what you're doing with it, an instant win, which is why I've come to the hard table to use it, because it's going to get me more money. So, you see, what it's done is it's immediately given me a bunch of just, it looks like it's nothing, right? This isn't a hand, but there is a special scoring hand that's worth a lot, and it's basically gonna bankrupt the other three players winning like this, winning with it, right? It's called 13 Orphans. One of each terminal and honor tile plus a duplicate of any one. So a terminal tile is a 1 or a 1, the 1s and 9s. Honor tiles are the wins and the dragons. It's impossible to get normally, right? Through normal play. It would be such a stroke of either luck or unluck that you turn into luck. So now if I reach E, I will ruin the opportunity. So I'm going to sumo with 13 Orphans. This is nothing like the Mahjong game you have on your phone. It's the Mahjong game you have on... And I've just stolen. I've just won. I've just come in with a cheat tile and won. The Mahjong game you have on your phone, man, is it multiplayer, even against bots, or is it single player? Because there's a game that gets called Mahjong that is a solo tile matching game. And there you go. I've just got like how much did I pay to sit down here? 60,000. Yeah, so that Mahjong. So I know that as Taipei, which is probably also the wrong name for it, where you're matching tiles, where you've got all these tiles piled up on the board on the table, and you're taking them away in pairs. Is that the one that you have? Yeah, absolutely. Oh yeah. Mans just brought it up. We will be not. It's not ready yet, but we are going to have our own Discord if we keep streaming for longer, just so that we're not stepping on toes of being disrespectful in terms of like promoting ourselves in the Discords we're already in. If we end up being more popular, and obviously we'll still be in those Discords, and I'll still be mostly chatting in those. No, I hadn't mentioned it already, but it's not ready yet. It's not open and ready yet to go. It's just something that we're probably going to do. And so yeah, I just used that cheat tile to just win loads of money for these guys. Do we want to do? I'll give chat the option to decide. Do we want to play more Mahjong, or there is a golf driving range, there is a batting cage, there is virtual. No, don't say that. Don't talk about the story. I'll just go in this screen so he doesn't randomly go, oh, by the way, this is what's happening in the story. Stop talking about minigames. Yeah, James. Yeah, that's what it got called. I knew it when I think Microsoft had it packaged with Windows and called it Taipei. But that's not what Mahjong is, no. Yeah, we could do the golf driving range. I could always come back to Mahjong. Let me just have a quick look. I might change the stream title then if I'm not focusing completely on Mahjong. So let's quickly do that. And we'll just call it mini games. An unknown error occurred. Uh-oh. Is it not going to let me change the... I mean, I did have it in there of Mahjong and other mini games, so if it doesn't let me change the stream title, I'm still not lying, so it's fine. Koi Koi. Koi Koi is there. Do some Koi Koi. All right, so we have a vote for golf and a vote for Koi Koi. There's no worries, and so let's enjoy your lurk, enjoy eating. No, stop telling me what to do, Kiryu. I know you're just thinking about what's going on in the story, but it's a very, very minor spoiler for everyone watching who cares about that. I need to pay attention to that. Right, golf is closer, so we'll do golf first. And probably get in more fights. The thing is, because I'm playing through these, when I finish this one, I'm going to go to Yakuza 3 Remastered, which is back in the previous engine, so it's not going to look like this, and I don't know how weird that's going to feel. Right, let's just walk slowly so maybe these guys won't fight me, because I just want to go and play golf. There we go. So we have some golf we can play. Driving range. What would I like to do today in the golf? What would I like to do in the golf centre? What would I like to do in the golf centre? Man, you haven't opened the Mahjong game on your phone for a year and a half, and you're level 2,300. Wow. Yeah, we'll do closest to the pin challenge. Let's embarrass myself by going intermediate. Yeah, I think I would like to play golf in the golf centre. I was thinking maybe like football or something, but yeah, I mean, if golf's what you've got, I'll do golf. That was awful. At least I didn't smack off of whatever that was hanging from the ceiling. That was terrible. Oh, I wasn't. There was wind that I wasn't paying attention to. Right, there's 4 meters of wind going in that direction. So let me just aim slightly over this way, and it's 42 yards away. The wind's going to carry it a little bit forward. I'm pretending I know how to calculate for wind when playing golf. That's way too far. I think that's going to be a bit too far. Yeah. It's still scoring points. Still scoring points. The different rings will score different amounts of points.
Yes.
Oh, it's all the way over there. Oh, the wind is going to bring it back. I have got wind, James. Yes. It's quite strong wind. It's messing up. No, that's nowhere near. That's a terrible shot. That's an absolutely terrible shot. Thinking about my wind screwed me over there. Right. So I don't want to aim it directly at it because the wind's carrying it over. So if we aim it about there, 90 yards away, let's go for... Oh, wow. That completely whiffed that. Do you know why I messed that up? Because I was thinking about, not my golf swing, but why the distance to the pin is in imperial measurement, but the wind speed is in metric measurement. What the fuck? What's going on? It's going to go too far. At least it's accurate and straight, but it's going to go too far. Yeah. Oh, it's bounced back. It's bounced back into a scoring position. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, wow. What are they feeding these farm animals? Huge. Right, the wind's going to bring it back 4 meters. I can knock it through that gap there. It's not going to bring it back 4 meters, just the wind speed is 4 meters, which I don't really quite understand how to calculate again. Too far anyway. Hello, welcome in. If you are joining newly, if you're new, I'm Seth. Oh my god, what am I doing? I'm being skillful and bouncing it off the wall, but didn't quite count. Yeah, that was deliberate. I meant to do that. I just meant to do it better than I did. I spent about the first hour and a half playing Mahjong and sort of talking through it because I knew a few people who wanted a little bit of an explainer, and while I'm not an expert, I'm not awful at it. I'm good enough at it to... Come on, I'm better at it than I am at golf. I'm better at Mahjong than I am at golf, apparently. This is why I should have chosen the beginner golf course. Right, the wind's coming back that way, but that sheep is in the way. So do I want to curve it? I want to curve the ball. I don't know. I could try. We're 90 yards away, so we just want to go for the full whack. I'm better at ghost hunting than I am at... Yeah. Wow. Wow. Wow, that's... Oh no. No, I didn't mean to swing at all. I suck at golf. Can we change the stream title to I Suck at Golf? Right. I just kind of want to tap it maybe about there. Not like that, that's too far over. No? Wow. You see I'm brilliant at golf, everyone. I'm so good at golf. I'm fantastic at golf. It's taken away all the obstacles. No, there's still the UFO hanging down. Okay, let's go. It's not going to go far enough. Oh, and the wind. Wow, the wind's really strong, actually. Can't be good at everything.
Use.
I can be good at everything. I'm just not. Oh, they've given me a club, which I can now take away and hit people with. Take out my frustration. Wonderful shoot. You're lying. It's not even. If you're going to lie, make it believable, okay? Are you... Someone of my skill level should have no trouble with it. Okay, all right. I'll take that bet. That was for... No, it wasn't. Why is everyone humouring me like this? It's like they're just taking the piss. Oh, wow, you could be a pro golfer, buddy. Which reminds James of when he was on a work trip to Scotland, where in St Andrews, walking past the old links course, and his boss just started loudly exclaiming how much he hated golf and everyone who plays it. Nice. Like everyone's just like they're like just really, really being so mean. Like, wow, buddy, you were so good at golf there when I clearly wasn't. This isn't a story spoiler. This is just going to be a side activity. Who are you? Sorry for hollering at you. Can't help myself when I see a fine swing like that. I was a pro back in the day, you see. Folks called me Albatross Akagi because it was impossible to bring me down.
Yeah.
I've never heard of you because I'm shit at golf. It's the Yakuza way. Every minigame, yeah. Doesn't matter how badly you do, someone comes along and says, wow, you're fantastic. I'm not surprised. You don't look like you're from here, buddy. You do hit a mean drive, though. What's your name? Kiryu. Well, Kiryu-han, how about a little friendly competition? You might not know this, but I designed one of the courses here. I don't know why I've made in this accent. Probably because I would feel offensive doing a Japanese accent, right? The expert level closest to the pin challenge. Tough as freaking nails, if I say so myself. I made the damn thing, and I can't top 290. With a swing like that, though, it might happen. What do you say, Kiryu-han? I'll give you something good if you beat my score. The challenge, huh? Oh, and I'm going to have to charge you a fee each round, 1,000 yen. This is a pro-level experience, after all, and there it is. There it is. He saw me coming a mile away. He was like, this guy's really crap at golf. I could make a mint off of him. Just tell him he's good and charge him $1,000. Well, 1,000 yen is like roughly £5. So it's not that much. It sounds like more. All right, let's give it a go. Why not? Let's see how you do. Remember, you gotta get 300 points or more. Hi, Piggy. You missed the hour and a half of Mahjong. I might be going back to Mahjong, but the Mahjong, played 2 rounds of it. So it'll be there on the VOD for anyone who does want to look back at a kind of trainer video. It's about as much as a very expensive coffee, man. That's right. No, it's £1 in modern day. I don't know what the exchange rate was in 20 years ago when this is set, but £1 is 195 yen. So I just average that up to 200, and so divide whatever they're saying by 200 to think about what the value is in my understanding. Right, so we are going 83 yards. It is 8 meters wind coming back this way. I probably need to just hit it full whack, right? Oh my god, I am amazing at golf! All it took is some random weird guy to tell me so. Right, the wind's going quite strongly that way, so I can probably aim it almost straight at the cow's head. No, I'm not good at golf anymore. All it took for me to not be good at golf again is to think I'm good at golf. Right, Can probably hit it. It's going to bring it back. So probably go about there. Oh, no, no, aliens. But it's not my fault. It's not my fault. It was the aliens, right? Right, so there's loads of UFOs in the air. The wind will help carry it forward. I reckon we can go probably a little over halfway between the 75 and the 100. Might be too far. No, yeah, bounce off the wall. No. It was always my plan for it to bounce off the wall, honest. I just meant it to bounce slightly differently. Alright, so we are going... I can probably hit this. If I go a bit too far, it's going to bounce off the wall, but the wind's also going to carry it back, so I can probably go the full power on the swing. I just want to be careful of that nearer UFO, because the nearer UFO, the lit up UFO, I think, will be under the arc of the swing if I hit it full power, but that nearer one on the right that's in darkness, I think that would get in the way. Oh, too much curve. But I got it past the aliens. That's the main thing. That's what matters, right? The aliens didn't abduct my ball. Right, it's going quite strongly to the right, the wind. He said I only have to score over 200 points, right? So I've done it. Or is it 300 points? I don't know, I've still got 4 hits left, so... I reckon I can probably aim it about there, and the wind will then carry it round that UFO. Stop, and stop, stop, stop. Ah. Oh, wow. Thanks for looking that up, James. No, that's interesting. So the exchange rate hasn't fluctuated that much. So this is at the end of this is Christmas 2006. So the aliens didn't abduct my ball, Sether. Yeah, you can quote me on that. I don't think we've got the stream software to set up a quote, but someone can clip it. The aliens didn't abduct my ball. I'm not sure what the permissions for clipping are on my channel. I might have to clip it. Right, we are 50 yards away with a strong wind coming back. I reckon there and there. But not there, no. Well, maybe.
Yes.
I'm just pro at golf. I knew that was going to happen. I was just doing the talking for suspense and all of that. You know, I'm a golf pro. That's what it is. Even though I've missed about half of these shots, I'm the best. I'm the best at golf. Right, it is 88.2 yards away with quite a strong wind and some aliens in the way. I don't know why the aliens care about my balls, but they do. No, the sheep. The giant mutant sheep. Alright, we've got... Can I do it sort of round that one? Should I? I think I can get over that near alien because it's low enough. I'm just worried about that next alien. Let's try... a tiny bit to the side. That's too much to the side. But it bounced off the wall, which is what I intended, obviously. But it didn't quite do it right. Okay, this is the last one. So I want to aim it about there and maybe go 50 yards. Nope.
Use.
But apparently I did it. Apparently that was pro and expert enough. That was amazing, Kiryu-han. You're lying. You're lying to me. I didn't think I was ever going to get beat. Wow. So he designed this hole, that course, and I did better than him, and I was shit. And he's a pro. You know, it's been ages since I met someone with the technique and power you got in those arms. Here, this is your reward. Oh, it's a golf club that I can beat people up with. My inventory is full. Let's send one of the broken ones to... Yeah, let's put the old Chinese saber away in favor of... What's this? A special club made just for me, and now it's just for you. Ain't a single one ever sold in stores. Not only that, I'm giving you the title of Albatross Akagi 2.0. Call yourself that once you turn pro. Well, why can't I call myself it now? You're giving me the title now. Yeah, the club's fine. I don't think I want to be called Albatross Akagi. Man, I gotta keep practicing too. Well, no better time than the present. See you around, Kiryuhan. A bunch of experience points for that. So, he's given me a nice golf club. Is it that one? No. That one. So I can hit people with it 24 times before I need to repair it. Sounds good. I've also got a baseball bat that I can hit people with. Let's have that. Equipped. And another one. Patriarch's bat. Said to have been used by a Yakuza Patriarch somewhere. Oh, that's the one that I pulled out of the lockers, isn't it? I send things back to my... No. There's an equipment box in every convenience store. They'll just look after my weapons for me. It's fantastic. I think, actually, I thought I was going to have to go back to Kamurocho for Koi Koi, but there might be Koi Koi here. In the gambling hall. So we'll go and check that. And we'll try this golf club out on these bugs over here on the way. Of course, we're going to do a double attack. That kick right to the face. Let's get this golf club out. It would be rude not to. See, showing my amazing golf skills there, missing the guy's head, even though it's like 100 times the size of a ball. Alright. And we're going to play some Koi Koi and we're going to have another fight on the way. Let's try the baseball bat on these guys. But we will, of course, do the obligatory double team attack. And does anyone have any good plans for the weekend? I'm working on Sunday, tomorrow and Sunday. But wait, where have I gone? Have I gone too far? Oh, I've gone in completely the wrong direction, but there is a taxi here which might be able to take me down there. So that's like £3 for a taxi to basically anywhere. Oh, mine's going to the mountains for your cousin's daughter's christening. So that's... I used to know the complicated, like, second cousin, third cousin, or whatever. That's just second cousin, right? Potentially Rose's last day of the thing you're doing, and you're excited for it to be over, so you can be free at the weekend. No, stop Stop spoiling the story for everyone just when I stop for 2 seconds to read the chat, Kiryu. Come on. Right, which one's this? If you had a child, that would be the second cousin to your cousin's daughter. Okay. So your cousin's daughter is your cousin's daughter. It's not like a special type of cousin. Koi Koi. That one? Yes, we're up for some Koi Koi. Let's go intermediate. Hopefully meeting a friend for hangouts on Saturday, James. Hope you have fun. Hope you have a good time. Do I want to use the Lucky Hanafuda card? No, I'm not sure what it does. I think it just gives me a good first turn. Let's do some Koi Koi. I think I remember how to play this and what the hands are. So this is just a random card that determines who's player one, and it's them. So, hold the higher card. So this is set collecting, and what you do is you can kind of tell how the sets go together because of the art on them, so these type of flowers, but it also highlights it for you, so you don't necessarily need to know. So those type of flowers go with the highlighted type of flowers, and that's kind of how it works. That doesn't go with anything. If you pick one that matches, then you keep them and you put them out of your hand and into your tableau, which will score you points. If you pick one that doesn't match, so if I pick that one, I would instead just put that in the middle, and that could be worth doing if I had another one of that type of flower in my hand. Then I would be putting it out to hopefully capture it myself on my next turn. And then after I've chosen one from my hand to use, one is drawn blind from the top of the deck, and if it matches, then again I take them into my hand, into my tableau. So I'm going to do this because the ones with extra art on them are worth things, essentially. I'm going to do that. I'm not as sure on this in terms of, like, I know vaguely what I'm doing more than I'd be able to describe. But you can kind of have a look at the hands, and they're fairly descriptive, right? Like red poetry ribbons, the ones like that with a red ribbon on them. So it's revealed that from the deck, and it could match either of these, so I'm getting to choose which one. We'll take that. And you kind of keep going. Right, I'm going to have to put something down. I can't do it in a way that will allow, because none of these are the same type of flower. So I'm just going to have to put something down again. No! Okay, they're getting a high proportion of points. So what it's asked them to do is if they want to take the points and finish this round, or to keep playing and see if they can get more points. But obviously they took the points and finished the round. Ooh, exactly. It's not the end of the world though. There's 3 rounds. That's nice. So the ribbons with writing on them, I think there are 3 in each colour, and they're worth some points. Or if you could just collect ribbons of the same colour, or I think even, yeah, ribbons in general, but that's not worth a lot. And the lights are where you got 3 lights, 4 lights, rainy 4 lights, 5 lights. There are I don't think any are visible right now. I think it's like they'll have a moon or a sun on them. The one that I really know how to get is like collecting the animals, like the fish and the butterflies and the deer, but they've got deer. The other players got deer. You might be able to help explain, James, if you have a relatively decent probably do a better. So that's got a light on it. So
参考
there we go. I've got 3 lights, which I think is what they got. So yeah. So I could say I could call Koi, which means carry on playing and see if I can get more points, or not call Koi. The risk of carrying on playing and seeing if I can get more points is that those points aren't banked unless I end the round. So even though I've got 6 points there, if on his next turn he gets 1 point, he can go, yeah, I'll end the round there, and I don't get my 6 points and he gets his 1 point. So I'm going to end the round because it's just too much of a risk. And so it's all, this round is the decider, because we both have 6 points. Okay, James. So 3 blue ribbons gets you 5 points. 3 red ribbons with writing gets you 5 points. 5 ribbons spelling type gets you a point. Yeah. Yeah, and you can get the multiple points, right? So if I had those 3 lights for the 6 points and I kept playing and got the 3 blue ribbons, I would then have 11 points in total. It carries on. It's just the risk that they could score 1 point while you're trying to get more points and say, yeah, I'm going to end it there. And that completely deletes your points from that round. I want to get the animals. At the very least, stop them getting the animals. That river card, that's the rain card, isn't it? And that's worth a lot when combined with other things. This is a useful one. This is a nice one to have as well. This card gives you the this card gives you the viewings, doesn't it? Like the moon viewing and the cherry blossom viewing, but I can't remember what other cards it goes with. But thankfully the game categorizes the cards for you, right? So it's putting them in the sets that would be most useful. And this thing that it's done there, where it's put a bunch of cards on top of each other, if there are too many of the same type of card, it stacks them together, doesn't it? And you can claim that with a single turn, and you get all of those cards in the stack. Which I can't do right now, but I can take the fish. Oh, okay. Yeah, so I'm just going to stop there because I win. And the main thing that the difficulty you choose does in this is it affects how many points you get. 3 cards it stacks them. So because I wagered more points and because of the difficulty, that gives me more money, but it's obviously more at risk. Is this addictive by any chance? All the minigames in this are addictive. That's why it takes so long to complete a playthrough of any Yakuza game. And I'm hoping to complete a playthrough of all of them. So I started with 1, so I'm a rebel. I didn't start with 0. Well, Kiwami 1.
Yakuza.
Okay, so they're going first again. Right, I can get that ribbon. If all 4 cards of flower are dealt into the middle, it's called a mystery, and you restart. Okay. I think this card looks really fancy, so I think it's a special card. There's probably a few hands, isn't there? But you don't want to watch a stream of me just looking at... Yeah, it is a special card. Oh, it's one of the lights. Okay, so I want that card. But then I've got it anyway. So I might as well go for the... Like, not rush to use a card that I already have, if there are other options. So if it's in my hand, he's obviously not going to be able to get it at all. Well, actually that's not true. Because if the option to claim something with it goes away and it's my last card, I'd have to put it in the middle. Like that. Yeah, that matches that, so I'll keep that. I like that you can highlight this and it tells you what you could still get. Like, because of the cards that he has, I can't get the hands that have the crosses next to them. I can only get the other ones. Still, potentially. Junk is just like any 10 cards that don't go together to make it something else. No! Okay, 75 points, and it was only round 1. Oh. Can I claim that? Can I claim that big stack of cards? No. Damn. I cannot claim that big stack. Let's do... I'll keep the butterflies. I'll claim the butterflies. I might not win this time. I'll take the river, the rainy card. I need the ball, and then I'll get the same points that he got last round. No! Oh, is he going to claim that 1 point? No, don't do that. Keep going. You can get more than 1 point. Damn it. Alright, okay. I just need to get 6 points to tie. Okay. Not got bad cards in my hand. So do that. Yeah, I know, right? Absolute coward not calling koi and just taking the 1 point. When he's ahead as well. I mean, my basic understanding of this game is the more art on the card, the better it is. It's like, I've got a little bit more than that, but basically that's the general kind of way that I play it. It's like, oh, that's got more art on it, I want it. Or fancier art. No! Okay, well I completely lost that one. So, I'm going to have to do one more of this, because it's best 2 out of 3. And then after this round of Koi Koi, we'll go on to something else. I will probably go until 8 PM BST, which is another 50 minutes. I want that. I think of that as a fish, but it's a boar, isn't it? That one that's just been dealt out. I'll grab that. I just think it looks like a fish. Oh, he's got it. Oh no, and he's got the deer as well. We don't want him to get the butterflies. Yeah, I just thought of it as a fish until the first time that I collected it and it called it boar, deer and butterfly. You've just taken the 1 point. Coward! Right, there's the deer and the butterflies, and I've got the boar. And I can't claim anything. So I'm going to put that in the middle. Oh, that was nice. The random draw got me the stack of cards. And there's something with the suit, the type of flower that's next to month there on the side, isn't there as well? They're collecting a set of those is... It's called Season? Yeah. Worth 4 points. Let's do that. Put the butterflies. Variety.
君酒
And the moonbeam, yeah. And a second variety. For an extra point for variety. Okay. I think I will not call Koi. I'll get 14 points.
よし
Alright. Oh, an instant win. Just by random draw. Deal. That's cool. It'll be, I mean, it's cool if I get it. It's annoying if the computer gets it, right? Let's do that because I want the rainy star. Twice, as in, happens to you twice, James, as in you've won that way twice or you've lost that way twice. Uh-oh. Just pop that down. You've won that way twice. Fantastic. Write one down.
Yes.
Do I wimp out and just be like, yeah, I've won. Nice. How's my volume level, by the way, my voice compared to the game, especially when we're on the street in the fights? I don't want to be
よし
drowned out. Right. Any other votes for what activities to do? We have the batting cage, we have poker, we have Virtua Fighter, Virtua On, which is like Virtua Fighter but mechs. Nope, I'm gonna, right, while I'm talking, I go in the map so he doesn't give the very, very tiny minor story spoiler. We've got darts, go and play darts. Or the P mini game, the piss mini game. Thank you, James and Man, for confirming the sounds good. Let's go and do. I'm kind of bad at Virtua Fighter. The what minigame? The what minigame? Okay. Alright, I'm gonna go and do the piss minigame. Let me just see if my bladder is full enough. No, I'm gonna need to drink something. Let's just have some drinks. Get loads of tea. What? Man and James like, what? The what's minigame? Yeah, you've got a bladder meter via this little item here. There we go. 3,000. I'm absolutely rubbish at the piss minigame though. So, just to warn you, I'm just not entirely sure how to do it. But you can see it. Is it here? Toilets, there. Toilets. Which fixes it. What's been going wrong with Twitch, Rosa? Is it just like your mod interactions? Right, let's just run there. Quick! Run to the toilet, I need to pee! No! No, you don't understand! Don't fight me, I need to pee! No! If I can't hold it in and I pee on you, it's your fault! That bat. I wasn't paying attention to how many points I've got left on the bat. Twitch confirmed there were issues trying to load the site and such. Just wasn't showing who you follow and was failing to load a lot of pages. Okay. Well, thankfully it's been fine for the stream directly. Out of the way, I need to pee! And I can only do it at the gaming toilet. No! Let me pee! You don't understand! Right. In here. Okay, we got away. No, I'm not going to play Virtua Fighter. I'm going to play toilets. It's time for toilets. We're going to do milkiness like a dragon piss taking. We're going to do easy because I'm bad at it. Right. Increase flow intensity, decrease flow intensity. Rules. Splash battle milky nose. That's the one we're doing. Match your milk stream with the opponents to charge your blast gauge. Once your gauge is full, pump up the power and blast them away with a special milk attack. So we're going to pee, and then while we're peeing, there's a sensor in there that uses our pee kind of like a controller for this game. But I'm not quite sure how to do this. What I need to do is control the stream force so that it matches the opponent's. And if my blast gauge fills before theirs, then I can do a full blast and blow them away. But I can't go all out beforehand. I've got to match them. See, and then they go full blast and milk me. And that's the pee mini game. But now my bladder meter is going to be 0, so I'd have to drink loads if I wanted to retry. But yeah, that's an actual minigame. The weirdest thing about it is I think it's an actual thing in real life as well. Okay, do they have Virtua on? They have Virtua on. This is like a cool mech fighting game. Yeah, I think it's a real thing. I think there are some toilets, possibly in Japan, where they have like it encourages men who have trouble aiming when they pee to control their pee by like essentially giving you a high score for doing it, right?
By Sega.
1995. Look at this. This is awesome. So like an arcade 1995 arcade game, right? Okay, chat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Which mech? No, Man, you're right. I don't understand. Well. Oh, sorry, it timed out and automatically picked this one for me. We'll pick the green one next time. I don't want to go into too much detail, but there are sometimes a man's pee can do unexpected things. But that doesn't matter if you're not too self-conscious to just sit down. You know?
Round 2. Get ready.
Anyway, we're talking about pee control now during my Yakuza Kiwami stream. Yeah, for some men it's just a thing. It's like this matter of pride that because you can do it standing up, then you must do it standing up. And it's weird because, you know, if you can't aim, then you can't do it standing up, really, can you? Yeah, I know. Sane's not here for the mech times. We can send a clip and say we missed out on the mechs. I'm not really sure how to use this mech. It's the explosion attack. I think it needs to be a bit closer for it. I think I can get in really close and punch them as well, but... Right, so the timer went 0, but I had more health, so I win. By default. The best way to win. Default.
Round 1. Get ready.
I bet I just cost myself some followers. I bet there were some lurkers. And we ended up just talking about men not being able to control their crew, and they've gone. So I'm basically just we've got the jump button, and we've got a dash button. And I'm not entirely sure how to make my mech turn round when I'm facing the wrong way, but I think we're okay.
Round 2. Get ready.
Right, I've got a sword if I get close, but what button's the sword on? And I'm going to die trying to work out what button the sword's on. Oh, look how close that was. They had like 1 pixel of health left. Okay, so it's 1-1 to this side of this battle. Let's just hide and wait out the timer because my health is higher. That's fair and not cat. Oh, they can jump. I didn't need to hide. We found a minigame that I'm fantastic at. And I've just jinxed myself, haven't I?
Get ready.
Sorry, Mum, we're going to kill the green one. Oh, because you don't want me to kill the green mech. No. Yeah, I'm not really sure how to use the grenade with this character. I think I've just got to be closer and they have to not be moving. Right, 5 seconds. No! Last second victory for them. Okay, it's still best of 3, so it's fine.
Round 2. Get ready.
Oh, thanks, Mum. Cheers, I see that. I'm going to cheer for the BTs when you play Death Stranding. Oh, do you? You always win. You'll see. No! That's virtual on. It's quite fun. Go back in. Sad rat. We'll go back in and we'll play as a different mech. I haven't played all the mechs. I think there's a trophy or a completionless challenge for playing as every mech. I like this one. Because you cheered for the green one, man. I'm not playing as the green one.
Round 1.
Okay, man. When you play Bloodborne, you can summon me in when you fight Father Gascoigne, and I will fight on Father Gascoigne's side. I don't know if that would work. These mechs are actually quite cool. It's a really simple game, but it's actually quite fun in this minigame.
Get ready.
Alright, votes on what minigame to have a look at after this. We can go back and do more Mahjong, we can play poker, we can go to the batting cages. I think that's it really, of the ones that... Or we can do darts.
Get ready.
I'm fighting a clone of myself here. Okay, so... Get up. Obviously, I am the superior clone.
Round 2. Get ready.
Uh-oh. Get up. Oh, sword fight and I lost. Oh, look how close that was.
Round 3. Get ready.
There we go. Oh, up against this green guy again.
Get ready.
Oh, wow. Ah, and you're a traitor. Oh, I thought you were cheering for the. I forget there's like a 30-second stream here.
Round 2. Get ready.
Oh wow. Who says you're old? Mom? No! Oh, because you haven't seen Madagascar.
Round 3. Get ready.
You can be old and have seen Madagascar or otherwise. Yeah, but that's you who said it's before your time. Sorry, after your time it would be if it meant you're old. Okay, we can. That's got to be put on the list for watch parties, right? No, green wins again. Okay, we'll finish up how we started with a little bit more Mahjong. Where's the exit? There. I'm going to play at the hard table properly without using a cheat tile because I don't have one left. There are a couple of those cheat tiles lying around in the game though. And that kind of thing is in, I think it's in all of the games, like something that just helps you get an easy win at the minigames, which is, again is because... You saw, I used the little tile, it's just the once. Just to show you what it did. It's the one game of Mahjong you saw me play already, man. Do you guys not want to fight me? Come on. Come on, there we go. Let's put that away so we can do the double kick in the head. So absolutely crazy, I love it. Sorry about the mess. I guess I'll buy something to make up for it. Oh, alright. I won't then. Go to the hard table and lose all my money. I even really bodes well when I can't even start the game and I'm tripping over the furniture. We're quite advanced. If you wish to participate, we require that you place a 50,000 yen bet. Yeah, okay, the 50 grand. See, I don't even have the option to cheat now because you only it's a tile. It's a one-use tile. All right, let's go. What do we want? We've got 2, 3, 8, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. I could probably go for a straight here. At least the 8 can go in there as a 7, 8, 9. Don't need that 8 because there's nothing that I can make with it, so we'll get rid of that. That 9 as well will just be sitting out on its own. It doesn't really connect to anything. I can't make anything with it. That 8 I could keep so that if I get a 7 of circles, then it will go in with it. So what do I have? I've got the 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So if I can get the 1, 2, 3 of bamboo, which is obviously if, then that is worth something because it's the full 1 through 9 of that suit. West wind is my seat wind, so if I can get 2 more of those, there's already one in the discard pile though. We'll discard that north. Again, this 8, maybe if I'd kept the 8 and 9 that I already discarded, but that's the random aspect of it. That 9 will go nicely with this 8 if I can draw a 7. I am gonna risk dropping the green dragon. That one's good, it goes 1, 2, 3 there. So if I do want to go for this straight and hopefully get the 1, 2, 3 of bamboo, I kind of need to get rid of these. But we'll see, because we'll get rid of the 4. And that would have been 3 of the kind of those 8s if I hadn't discarded the previous ones, but that's just the way the randomness goes. Alright, I've drawn a white dragon. Each of the other players has discarded the white dragon, so there are no more of those left. I might as well get rid of it. I've already discarded a 4, I don't want to keep this in. Really? Already? Maybe I should have kept that green dragon, but now that I discarded it, there's only 1 left after this one, so I might as well get rid of it. Okay, so Masako and Katani are both 1 tile away from winning. I don't need that 7. Don't need that 8. I don't need that 1 because I've already got it, so what can I do to potentially get a win? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I need a 7 of this suit, 7 of circles, and then just a duplicate of any of these other 3, and that would be a win. But the chances of getting that out, well, there's the duplicate of that. So I can Ricci, I can declare that I'm close to winning, discard that west, and then if I draw, or if someone else discards a 7 of circles, of which there are 3 left, but you've obviously got to keep in mind there's only a couple of rounds left, and those other 2 players are also 1 tile away from winning. And there we go. They've won. But that's fine because they rond the other player, so they're just going to steal their points. So I'm now in. Oh, so I'm in 3rd. The reason I've got fewer points is because I gambled on a Ricci. Because declare Ricci costs you 1,000 points, which you get back if you win. Okay, what do I have? Got a lot of these, which isn't that much for help when it's only 1 of each. Unless I could maybe go for an actual 13 orphans without having used the peerless tile, but that's going to be very, very difficult, and I don't want to risk it. So if you have everything being all individually, each of the 1s, 9s, 1 of each of the 1s, 9s, winds and dragons, and then a pair of a second one of any of those, that's just an instant win of the whole game, not just the round. This 6 is completely useless on its own, so we'll get rid of that. this 5 that I've just drawn. Would have been nice if I'd kept that 6, but we weren't to know, so that's fine. I could steal that 8. For me, it's too early in the round to do so. Again, this 9 doesn't do anything for me because I don't have any more of that suit. And then I draw an 8 that could have gone with it. Why are you taking the piss out of me, Mahjong? Like, you're like straight up, just like, fuck you, sir. We can get rid of that 1. I could steal that 5, right. Thank you for the sad rack, man. The game is trolling me, James. It's right. It's true. That's what I get for sitting at the hard table. Do I want to try and go for only having 3 of a kind? Not really, because I've got a lot of... Well, you know what, why not? Let's try it. So we'll get rid of that 1. Oh, I've got 1 of each of the wins. It's now really going to super troll me and just give me what I would have needed for the insta-win hand, right? So I'm going to go and try for having everything being a 3 of a kind, which is really going to be quite difficult. We've got a lot of singles there that I'd need to get more of, so it's probably not going to happen. But it'll be really fun if it does. Right, let's get rid of the north wind. There is 1 more green dragon out there, so that's worth keeping. There is 1 more red. There's 1 more red dragon out there, so that's worth keeping. We can get rid of the west wind. It could happen. Oh my god. Oh, that's mildly annoying. I could have been on track for getting if I hadn't. And see, this is why it's sometimes worth keeping a completely concealed hand. If I hadn't stolen that 5, I would be on track to getting... There is a special win condition of just having all unique pairs in your hand, which sort of overrides the normal complete hand rule, which I'm obviously would be on track for getting if I hadn't revealed that 3 of a kind of 5s. But it's fine.
Oh.
I'll just steal everyone else's tiles. Right, what have I got the least chance? So, right, there are 4 rounds left, so I can potentially do it. Red dragon left, because I have 2 and there's 1 in the discard on the left. There is 1 green dragon left, because I have 2 and there's 1 in the discard on the left. There are 2 8 of circles left, because I have 2 and I can't see any more. And there are 2 of those left. So these are the ones that are more likely to come out. But these ones will then score me additional points if I complete them. And you know what's going to happen. Whichever one I choose to go, actually, I'll discard that. That's the one that will come out, right? But I'm going to have to pick one. Let's go discard the green. And there. See? You see, if I discarded the red, I could have taken that green. The game is trolling me. And it's almost over. I don't think there's enough. No, there is. I could get 2 more. I just need 2 more. I just need either a red... Yeah. Yeah, I think I can still... There's still time. There we go. There's the red dragon. And I can discard the green dragon. I just don't need it. And now I just need 1 tile. I just need either of those 8s. Yes!
No.
Fantastic. There we go. And that's why I'm a Mahjong master. And not at all conceited or arrogant about it at all, whatsoever. Thank you for the claps. It's only 1 round, though. There's still the whole game to go. Thank you very much for the claps and cheers and the rack passion. Okay, let's see if I can keep this going. Right, so those 3s are nice. The 6 isn't that great. The one I've just drawn isn't that great because there's nothing to put them with. All of this is kind of nice. A 2 would be good there. A 4 would be good there. Or there. Oh, could I get a full straight? I need a 2, a 4, and a 7. Maybe I'll go for that. So I'll just get rid of the one that I've just drawn. And there's the 4. So I need the 2 and the 7 of bamboo. And then to complete a hand. But I'll get rid of that 6. Don't need that. Already have it. There's the 2. I need the 7. What should I discard? Do I need... So basically, I would need the 7 of bamboo, and then to either complete this triple or this triple, and then get another one of these, and I would win. So... this is more likely to complete than this, to be fair. Although, actually, that's a pair. So I just need to complete this triple. I can get rid of the dragons. I don't need to steal that. And there's another pair. Should I risk that? It's so much less likely to happen. Let's do that. And I can now reach you. There we go. Let's get the overly dramatic Reachy music going. So all I need is a 7 of bamboo, and there are 3 of those left in the game, and I would win. This hand. Reachy! Ah, damn it. Come on. No! Boo! No! No, it wasn't me, man. Don't cheer for the opponents. It was the, Omigawa. She won it, unfortunately. It's fine. I believe I'm still ahead. Because she won it by running from the other player, she's just taken their points, and I'm still in the lead. I'm still ahead. No, they're just ahead by 200 points. Oh, you cheered before they won. You were cheering like dance musicing. I keep forgetting about the stream delay. Sorry. I know you can be supportive. I thought you had just thought that I had won, but then I realised you were cheering with the music. Thank you. Right. 2, 3, 2, 3, 4. An 8 could go in there. That 7's useless, and the 3 that I've just drawn is kind of useless at the moment as well. Of course. Good job I didn't... Well, yeah, so I can now keep the 5 and the 7. I don't really need the south wind. The north wind would score me points if I get 3 of them, and so would the east, but the south wouldn't. Okay, that one's good. It goes with the... Oh, yeah, but then I've got the 4 there already anyway. I'll get rid of the 4. I'll have the 1, 2, 3. No, I don't want another south wind. I just got rid of you. No, I'm not stealing that. I don't need it. Oh, no, man. Are you now playing the multiplayer Mahjong? Or are you still playing the tile clearing Mahjong? I'm going to keep the red dragon and get rid of the white dragon. I will keep the 2 green dragons. And get rid of... I need to start thinning some things out. There's only 1 north wind left, so I'm going to get rid of that. 5, 7 and 9. Could be helpful to keep that. I can recommend one. Let me just check the one that I have on my phone. The Mahjong app is called Mahjong Soul. It's like a little kind of anime cat girl is the image. One, two, three. Right, what do I want to get rid of? Is it worth keeping the... I'm just going to get rid of that. Because the chance of me getting the other two... Oh, this is nice. This is nice for the dragons. Right, I want to keep these because 5, 6. I want to keep these because 7, 8, 9. An 8 could go there. That's already a 1, 2, 3. I'm going to have to gamble on getting rid of something here. Let's get rid of the 5. I'm not going to seal it yet because there's still one more green dragon somewhere. Good, 7, 8, 9 there. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9. I want an 8 here, a 1 here, or one of these. I don't need all of it, so I'm going to get rid of these 2s and 3s. Yeah, I don't need that there. No, okay, it's just a pawn. We're fine. We're good. I don't need the west wind. Oh, there's the 8 I needed. Oh no, that's a 6, sorry, not an 8. I can count. This round might be a draw. No, it won't be a draw. They're going to win. Which I'm going to stay in second place there because they're in last place. Oh, I'm going to jump up into first place because they're taking more points from Omagawa because Omagawa was the dealer for this round. So now I'm in first place. And that was the end. And that's a great point to end the stream on. It's nearly 8 o'clock. A Mahjong victory. A ton of money. So thank you very much, everyone, for watching, for dropping in. I hope if any of you needed a bit of Mahjong explanation, that maybe you've seen a bit of a... Like, I know I'm not an absolute pro player and I'm not a teacher, but hopefully sort of me talking through my thinking while I played gave you a bit of an idea. Thank you very much for joining me. It's been very fun. Thank you all for being here. There could have been a lot of other places for you to be. I'm stealing someone else's sign off there, so I'm going to stop. But it's true. It's true. Thank you very much for coming and watching me just mess around with mini games and play, 2 hours of which has been Mahjong. Thank you very much. You've been great in the chat. It's been very fun. I don't have a stream schedule because I don't have fixed working hours. My rota hasn't come through yet for the next 2 weeks. It is done 2 weeks in advance, but I've only just started working there and it hasn't come through yet. But I will try and stream when I can on days that I'm not working. Days that I am working, I'm going to be probably tired. It's usually going to be in the evening. So, but yeah, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep streaming. And when Marn's back from her trip away, we'll do more dual streams and we'll both do a few solo streams as well. And we will be having a Discord. Yeah, and Rosa is going to mod us both. We will be having a Discord at some point in the future. We'll just see how it goes. Just because obviously we want to be respectful of other people's spaces and where we share communities, not being too, oh, we're streaming too kind of thing in there. So that's why we're going to probably have our own Discord for that. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, and thank you very much for following. And I hope you've had a fantastic time, and I hope you're going to have a fantastic rest of your evening. And if Saturday and Sunday being the weekend means anything to you, I hope you're going to have a fantastic weekend. Oh, Kevin's gone live. Yes, we will raid Kevin. Absolutely. Perfect timing. Wait, no, not Kevin Powell CSS. Kevin Scully, please. There we go. So the raid's going to go through in 90 seconds. We call it a dragon attack. If you've got any dragon emotes, we can do that. Yes, absolutely. Whisper myself, Mart or Man, if you would be interested in joining the Discord we're going to set up, and when it's up and running, we will send you an invite. And thank you very much again for coming. And now it's the awkward wait for the raid to happen. Dragon attack unless a dragon. Yeah, that's it. We can copy Rosa's message there. We can have a dragon attack as we go in. And Scully is playing some indie games. I'm not entirely sure what he's playing, but we will see. Oh yeah, the raid's counted. Oh, can I? Can I start the raid? The only button I have here is cancel raid. Such a pro streamer. I'm so good at this. You can't tell that I'm new at all, can you? But thank you very much for coming, everyone, and I will see you all in Scully's chat in about 15 seconds. Bye, everybody.